have to finish above Liverpool and Manchester City. That is the truth, isn't it? We saw them play out the 1-1 draw the other day. Even with Van Dijk's injury, with Gomez's injury, Aguero's injury, David Silva's left, they've still got to finish above these two, haven't they?
They're still the best. They are still the best in regards to squads, their managers, and they will always be at the top of the list with pundits like us because of what they can achieve and what they have achieved. And yes, I do believe that anybody that wants to be top of the table will have to be beating these guys.
It's got to finish for both of them in all probability, won't they?
Yeah, they will, or they'll just have to have a season, you know, which is unforgettable. I just think it's really difficult to beat these guys mentally as well. How do you go into a game against these and think, well, I've got to pit my wits against these two? You've really got no chance.
Especially when you go to Liverpool, we've not been beaten in over 3.5 years.
Sure.
At Anfield. You know, that takes something special. You know, results this season can be a little bit crazy, but they don't seem to be happening at home at Anfield.
Yeah, but we had a conversation, didn't we, before we came in? We had a conversation about Leicester playing Liverpool, aren't they?
Yeah, this weekend.
At Anfield.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who do you fancy?
Leicester.
Well, let's have a look at the Liverpool. Let's have a look at the Liverpool injury list, and that might explain why the boys think that Leicester have got a real chance at Anfield this weekend. So we know Van Dijk out for the season. Gomez, we don't know, but most of the season. I think we can say that, can't we? Most of the season. Trent Alexander-Arnold, it was a calf, so
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
Be a month,
Thank you, Doctor. Thank you, Doctor.
Only because I've done it. I've done a calf.
Okay, Fabinho muscle. How long's that?
Next week.
Next week.
Back next week.
Yes.
Yeah. Alcantara knock.
Next week.
Knock is a great term.
I've had a knock. I played on.
Both of them will be back in a week's time.
Yeah. Andy Robertson, Salah's been diagnosed with COVID, so there's a bit of isolation there. Robertson's away with Scotland at the moment. Jordan Henderson had a tight muscle last night for England, so we hope that's not too long term. So when we're now talking about centre half's the key area now, isn't it? Obviously, so you've got Matip. We're having a discussion off air again. Matip plus Fabinho when he's ready. Talk to us about what you were saying about Jordan Henderson before we came on air. That's really interesting. His potential.
Yeah, I think it's just his experience at playing centre half. I think you have to consider having someone like that in that situation because there's so many other players that they could play. Like there's a couple of young players as well.
So put your managerial hat on.
Yeah.
Liverpool hat on.
Yeah.
And you've got your choices are, bearing in mind you're playing against Jamie Vardy.
Yeah.
You've got Nat Phillips, who's not the quickest, but good in the air.
Yeah.
You've got Reece Williams, who hasn't played a Premier League game, but played against Atalanta. Very good player. So
who's got more pace than Phillips would have.
So they're two recognised centre-halves, if you like. Or do you take Jordan Henderson from midfield with his experience and know-how and all them appearances behind him and ask him to drop back?
Yeah.
To play alongside Matip.
I without a doubt, there's no question for me. Jordan has to go in there. Yeah. The thing about that, what happens then is Jamie Vardy knows that he's got the pace of Jordan Henderson, but the know-how of Jordan, his positional play. When I played centre-half as an old 35, 36-year-old for Norwich or for Villa, whoever it was, and I was playing against a player that was definitely quicker than me, I would put my centre-forward's head on. And I'll think, well, where would I want the ball to go if I was him? And Jordan Henderson can do that. So he would just give himself 5 or 10 yards and he'll go where the ball's going to go before that player.
Because Vardy wants open space to run into, doesn't he? So Henderson just drops off a few yards.
What you do, you make sure that the game's in front of you. Have everything there. You don't want nothing behind you. Anything behind you that the goalkeeper has to get or your fullbacks have to get. It wouldn't surprise me if you played Jordan on the right-hand side and he played Milner. It wouldn't surprise me.
Right, but yes.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Alexander-Arnold.
Only for that game. Yeah. Just to go, right, OK, let's just do this. Look after me, I'll look after you, that kind of thing.
It's the reps and the knowledge when you're a player and you've churned out all of those games and all the knowledge that you've got. And when you play in midfield, I've said this before, when you play in midfield and you go back one into being centre-half, the game is so easy because all you're seeing is every single thing happen, as Dion said, right in front of you. You know,
and a film you've seen lots of times before.
It is. Yeah, it's a movie that you've seen. And look how many players, wherever you want to go, whether it be Mascherano, or you look at Javi Martinez, or you look at Fernandinho.
This is what Pep did a lot, didn't he?
And Fabinho. Doesn't matter where you go, you'll always see central midfield players that have played centre-half. You'll never, ever see, there might be a one occasion, you'll never see a centre-half, or centre-halves, loads of them, playing centre-mid. It's too much hustle, it's too much bustle for them.
That's just for real people in there. Yeah.
I wasn't going to mention my performance against Fernando Torres for Luton Town against Liverpool when he never got a kick. But Gerrard scored 3.
So Manchester City have had a weird start to the season. They've still got a game in hand. And, of course, Aguero's been injured for